Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, guys. Guys, if you have not done so already, please make sure you hit that like button. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Today we was late because we had something that really came up, so that's why we're late. Sorry for our tardiness, but we always keep our deadline 6 o'clock Eastern time. And you already know, like always, thank you for tuning in to KI Coach Radio. Go ahead, Jordan. Do your thing.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Y'all see the title. It's been trending ever since last week, and it's still trending. So talk about it. So we haven't get a chance to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it today. So y'all know what happened about, the NBA player, John Morant. He's a player who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's considered a superstar. This is his third or fourth year in the league, and he's a rising superstar in the league. But now you guys know that, John Morant has gotten into some, trouble, this past, couple of months. First, we're going to start off late last year that he was caught in the mall with him. I say he was, I can see if I can find a note that he was messing with a teenager, hitting him a couple times. And also, I guess he showed his gun off. And there was one, and then there was another incident earlier this year with the when he was playing Indiana Pacers, and he got into it with some fan, and I think it was a fan or a player. And then later that night, they went past the bus, and he showed off his gun. And it's been, multiple incidents that was going on that, we didn't know about, but, the Memphis Grizzlies, which the team they played for, knew about. And then last week, there was he posted a Instagram live feed in Denver, in the Denver area, I believe in the city of Glendale, which he was at a nightclub, and then he went on live posting a gun and waving it in his Instagram live and everything. And it got so messed up that it went out in public that the Memphis Grizzlies, told him kind of suspended him for 2 more games. But now reports are showing that he's going to take some more time off. He's going to be away for 4 more games. And so now the Glendale police officer, which is in the Denver area, they posted an investigation of him showing the gun on Instagram Live. Even though Colorado is an open carry state, it says, it's kind of against the law of carrying an arm while intoxicated, because in the Instagram Live, he was very, very intoxicated. So a lot of the stuff is heating up on John, it's really, messing with the team, and, and also there's more information that's going to come out later that we don't know about. But right now, this is all information we have right now. So Hakeem, he has some couple of videos he's gonna play out, and after that, we're definitely gonna chop it up.
All right, bear me one moment.
Okay, no problem. Let's see if we've got some more information. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to add before we play the video. It was the Glendale police officers that said to made a statement today that John Morant won't face any charges filed in the Glendale Police Department, which he was investigating for the gun. So they won't. So the Glendale Police Department in Denver area, they won't press any charges or anything for him. So he has got a pass for doing that.
All right, which one you want me to play? The one where he's showing the gun or Shaq?
Play the Shaq one, and then the one, and after that the Fox News.
Okay.
Yep.
Hit the live button, wait for it to connect.
Are you sure you want to go live?
You got to have enough common sense to know that wasn't going to go the way you wanted it to go. You're not a rapper. You're an NBA player. Okay? I don't know where you're from. I don't know who's hanging out with you. That don't matter. When it's you making the decision, you got to be smart. And we got to stop putting ourselves in position to where they can take it back. So guys, before you make a dumb decision, not a mistake, a dumb decision, a dumb choice, think of the higher power. Your mother, your father, your children. I'm not going to jump on the kid. He know what we did was wrong. But remember, he put himself in a position. You didn't have to go live. You got to pick your phone up, swipe to find Instagram, get on Instagram, swipe again, hit the live button, wait for it to connect.
Are you sure you want to go live?
You got to have enough common sense to know that wasn't going to go the way you wanted it to go. You're not a rapper. You're an NBA player. Okay? I don't know where you're from. I don't know who's hanging out with you. That don't matter. When it's you making the decision, you got to be smart. And we got to stop putting ourselves.
Hold on, okay, I think I sent you the wrong one. Let me go back. That's not the right one. I resend it to you. Okay, I send it again.
Is this it?
That's odd. Let me see if I can find another one. All right, 1 second.
Yeah, give us 1 second, guys. We're waiting on the video.
Yeah, 1 more second. Yep. All right, okay, I'll send you a new one from CNN.
Two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant was making the headlines for all of the wrong reasons over the weekend. It was announced on Saturday the 23-year-old would be away from the Memphis Grizzlies for at least the next 2 games after posting a video on Instagram which showed him appearing to hold a gun. But speaking to reporters ahead of Sunday night's game against the Los Angeles Clippers, head coach Taylor Jenkins seemed to suggest it will be longer than that. So let's cross live to CNN Center and join my colleague Coy Wire. Thanks so much for joining us as always, Coy. I mean, what have you made of events of the last 48 hours or so, and what does it mean moving forward?
I think it's pretty alarming for most NBA fans, sports fans, Amanda. This is arguably the most exciting young star in the league, leading the second best team in the West. He plays above the rim. His persona has landed him huge sponsorship deals, but now the NBA is investigating what happened after the Grizzlies lost in Denver Friday night. And Memphis's coach is saying that Morant is now in a, quote, ongoing healing process. So Morant appeared to wave a gun, as you mentioned, during that Instagram live video at 5:19 in the morning Eastern time after their loss. And Morant has now deactivated both his Instagram and Twitter accounts, and he apologized Saturday afternoon. He says he's taking responsibility for his actions and that he's taking time away to, quote, get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress, unquote. Before Sunday's loss to the Clippers, Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins made it clear that that is the priority.
He's made some difficult decisions and poor choices in the past that he's got to account for, and that's why you see in his statement it speaks for itself that he understands he's got to get help to get into a better place, not just for himself but also for his team. We love him. We want what's best for him. We support him. It's going to be a difficult process, but we've got a great group to get through this. We're taking it one day at a time. I mean, this is going to be an ongoing healing process. So I can't comment in terms of what the exact timetable is going to be because it's really not a timetable situation.
And usually, you see something like this happen to a player or a man like this, is usually look at his background, and you might be asking maybe he was raised by a one-parent household. But the thing is, he was raised by a 2-parent household. So this, for most people, it was kind of see a player like this, doing this type of behavior. So I'm gonna pass it to you, Rodney. So what you think about this?
Yeah, like the situation with Ja Morant, I don't know. It was a recent video like today just went it went viral of him in his younger days when he was in high school. How he always mimicked the hip hop culture, and I always stated on this panel over and over and time again how the hip hop culture is trash and how it's easy to imitate those characters, even though those people on that are rapping those lyrics and that's also performing don't even actually live the lifestyle that they are just portraying a character. But the person that's listening to them think it is reality and thinking that's what's really going on within their community. So they kind of mimic them. So that's the same situation what happened to Ja Morant. Now, don't get me wrong, Ja Morant was raised in a 2-parent household. Well, you already know his parents mostly go to his games. They well establish him as a basketball player, pretty much as a ball player. However, Ja Morant is still in an environment of what he was listening to. So while his mother and father was going to work, Ja Morant was still listening to hip hop. He was still listening to NBA YoungBoy. I heard that's one of his favorite artists is NBA YoungBoy. So that means he was still listening to NBA YoungBoy while he was in college. So all it is plays a big part in his life, and as you can see, it's just manifesting itself. That was at the end of the day, people may not believe it or not, but words is power. And the only thing I had with Ja Morant is he had to wake up and understand that people are depending on him. This is his life. There's nothing to play with. Right now, even though they say Colorado police stated that Ja Morant won't be held accountable, there is no federal investigation that's going on because they don't have no proof. Even though you showed the video of him flashing it, they say that's not enough evidence because at the end of the day, they don't even know that's his gun. And I'm pretty sure the NBA has something to get involved with the law enforcement. Say, hey, this guy, he's just young. He's just, he's going through a lot of things. So just let him go around. Let's let him go by with this one. But Ja Morant recently had been getting into a lot of trouble. They say recently he hit a 17-year-old. I think they say he got into it with a bodyguard. Like Ja Morant been getting into a lot of trouble because of the simple fact of what he is listening to. So at the end of the day, I do hold Ja Morant accountable, but I hold the people that he's listening to accountable. So go ahead, I think.
Wonderful, brothers. Y'all gave a beautiful take on it. I want to say something. I wonder if y'all brothers ever heard of this statement: survival's guilt. You ever heard of that term before?
No, that's new to
Yes, I
me.
think from you.
That's new to me. But go ahead and explain. Go ahead.
So you have a situation where um you have black people who do well, and they're still mingling with black people who do not do well, and feel a 6 degrees of separation. So the only way to feel the same is to be acclimated into the lifestyle that they are. So, you know, I mean, he wants to feel close. He wants to be more black. He probably felt insecure, inadequate. And this is why dysfunction overpowers our community so much, because there's more and more dysfunctional black people than there's more and more good black people. Because the hood should always rule. Because 80% of us are in poverty. 20% of us are not. And the 20% who are not are mixed and mingled with white folks and other races. So here's the thing that John Morant dad did. While he was training his son, and people remember, he came in a two-parent household, so his parents ran track and they all had both jobs. He still was training other kids. Who the kids that John Morant dad that he was training, that John Morant was exposed to? Kids from the ghetto. So he wants to feel more closer to who he feels is his own people, which that has nothing to do with it. This is why Kevin Samuels said one time, we need separate classes of black people: upper class, middle class, and poor. And we need to make sure and make the difference on it. And this is what happened. And if we had that, he wouldn't feel inadequate about himself and wanting to be cool with Little Baby, wanting to be cool with all these rappers and showing Pistol. He ain't built like that. Nigga, a lot of niggas are dreaming to be in this lifestyle. They would dream to be in this lifestyle. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, for people who's very fortunate to have two parents in the household, other niggas have said, what are you doing? You ain't never had to be a thug like that. Listen, and I'm going to pass it on to you when I say this. My dad is Haitian. He comes from a third world country. Goes to work every day. I never missed a day he was not in that. We've always lived in the same house. I want you to remember something. I've eaten meals with him. I pretend to shave like him. I pretend to mimic him. He doesn't have to go through that. And most little boys have to do that in the mirror with no man standing there. That's my point.
For me, and I'm just going to detail how great John Morant is. He was 4 years ago. He was the second #1 pick. Later that for his rookie year, he was Rookie of the Year. And then second year, third year, fourth year, he kept building his game. Now he's one of the top players in the NBA. He's a superstar. He has a rare gift, a rare talent. And when I see his talent, he could have a fabulous career. He can win an MVP. He can win a championship. He could bring a championship to the Memphis Grizzlies. Now what he's doing with his personal life, what Ronnie's saying, this is the rap music because, like I said, it's a big part of our culture. Even though he's raised by two-parent household, he was raised in our culture. Look at his, the people that he's hanging around with, It just tells me he has a lot of yes men, but not a lot of no man, because John Morant has a rare gift that he can make millions, and millions of dollars. And hopefully, he's the type of person like the NBA said, we want to pick you, to brand more of our NBA. Not just, here in the United States, but go to other countries, to Europe, to China, because like I said, with your gift and your talents, everybody seen the whole wide world, they're gonna look up to you because, you play well and you're doing well. But, what you doing, John Morant, even though, you tweeted out that, you took accountable, you took actions to what you did. and you are getting help, and I commend you for that. Definitely commend you for that. And I know you're 23. I know you're young. You're dumb, and stuff like this has happened. But you're a type of real talent that you cannot fumble the bag. You can make money and millions of dollars, and you can build. And the thing is, it's like, look at the top NBA players. Look at, James Harden, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. Look how they take care of themselves. Look how they build their game, and most of these players don't have yes men in their corners. They have people in their corners that either they can build around you. I'll give you an example of LeBron James. His boys, he all went to high school. Maverick Carter, his agent, Rich Paul. He had people in his background that he's built together for the last 20 years. Now Maverick Carter, he's really, really big in Hollywood, like I think like Hollywood producer, something like that. And now Rich Paul, now he's one of the great agents, NBA agents, and also an NFL agents, in sports entertainment. Joe, you need to have people in the corner that want to push you to be the best person, personally and professionally, so you can get what you get to, and also continue to help your family. Because a lot of families depend on you. You are the person who brings generational wealth. I'm talking generation to generation, because you have that great talent that people love to see and people love to entertain. So, like I said, kids are looking up to you, John, because John, you got a lot of kids that don't want to be just like you, because you're now 6'6", 6'7", like LeBron James, or 7 foot like Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant. You're 6'1", 6'2" guard who could jump out of the rim. It's kind of relatable, because they can see you like a 6'2", 180, 190 pound man can do that. I know, and John Morant, who kind of remind me of his swag a little bit, but to me he could jump way out of the air than the player about the name whoever could was Allen Iverson. But and I'm big right with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, even though he had, he was great. The problem with Allen Iverson, it wasn't that he wasn't doing what John Morant's doing. It was the people that our Allen Iverson at his corner that was doing that. But the thing is, by Allen Iverson, he was just so loyal. He had built loyalty from his corner, people that was in his corners, like in his childhood, and people that was friends, that some of the stuff in his early years got out like that. So what I'm saying to you is, John, make sure you have the right people in your corner, and make sure, you try to do the right thing, because you have a great, great talent. You could be one of the top players like a LeBron James, Steph Curry, and hopefully in the next 25 years, you be in the top 100 player who ever played a game. You have that talent, John. You just can't mess it up. Like I said, he's going to be away for I guess 4 or 5 more games, and then hopefully he get back, get his team together, they make the playoffs, and hopefully they can make a run to the NBA championship.
No, but here's the thing: people can say what they want to say about LeBron James. Have you ever heard LeBron James get into trouble? Why he been in the NBA?
In his career, it's been 0.
Because of why? Because his family structured his mom. You never mentioned his father, but his mom structured him in a way. And he been in the league since he was 18, since he was in high school. Since he got out of high school, he been in the league. And you never hear about LeBron James showing guns, LeBron James at a strip club blowing this, LeBron James cursing people out. You never see that, because his mom, I'm not gonna lie, did an awesome job raising him and taught him how to be professional and to understand that, like Kenny said in the chat, which is true, you are a role model, you are a star, a lot of people depend on you, don't fumble the bag. But the situation with Ja is, he living in a generation right now in this generation, is a lot of victim blaming and not a lot of accountability. Yes, now he take full accountability, but at the time, he not really thinking clearly. Like you said, Jordan, which I do agree 110%. He don't have people around him telling him, hey, John, you're going the wrong way, brother. Stay on this route. Don't go this. He don't have people like that. And to me, I'm being honest, I really want to know what his father is doing, because his father's always at his game. His father's always with him when he go to parties. So I'm like, Hey, do his father even cares what John Morant doing? Go ahead, Hakeem.
I can't
What?
maybe can I
Yeah,
go
go ahead.
before you go?
Yes.
And this is why, and go back to we say about his dad. That's why I'm kind of disappointed at his dad. He's like I said. This is very odd to me that what John is doing in his background. His dad's not doing anything. I know that John Morant is he's the provider or anything, but as a job as your father, you gotta make sure he keeps that focus of doing what he needs to do, bringing in the bag, make sure he practices game every day, every day, every day, and that's how you be great in this NBA. But the stuff that he's doing right now, it's like you know John Morant's dad was a T Morant. You're not doing a good job. Remember, it was an incident almost a month ago with John Morant's father and Shannon Sharp went off in the game
Fact.
here
That's true. Yep. Yep.
In Los Angeles. And just when I saw that, it's like, it's like that was odd to me. Like you said, why would even though they apologized later on, that rubbed me the wrong way. How him and Shannon Sharp, was causing a focus a fuss, a rustle, a ruckus. There we go, causing a ruckus like that. So when I saw that about what John Morant's dad, they kind of is like rubbed me the wrong way. And now this stuff's coming out, and it's like, it's like, what's John Morant's father really, really doing? You got to make sure you got to keep your son on focus because he's the sole provider and he can make millions of dollars. Go ahead, King.
All right, perfect. Now, I'm going to come at this from another standpoint. Do y'all guys know whenever somebody starts to make more money in the family, they become the head of the family?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm aware of that. Yes. That's true.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this voids any sort of masculinity that his dad probably instilled, because now John Morant is the breadwinner. He's buying the houses. He's making the financial decisions. He's looked at the savior as the thing. Unbeknownst to him, Shaq dad still controlled Shaq with an iron fist. Every day, Shaq dad used to call and say, "Hey, when you get off the game, come over here. We gotta talk." And he didn't play that. So, I could say that T. Morant looked like he was more of a homeboy than anything. You could still tell that he still hasn't grown up himself, and still he just probably had kids early. Because the thing about it is, my dad always told me, "I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend, homie. You do what I tell you to do." And my dad won't even, to this day, I can't even sit or drink with it. There's a level of respect that has to be there. But what I noticed in the black community, no matter where in the diaspora or in the States, whoever makes the more money is revered as the person who's supposed to
So Hakeem, I gotta contact what you're saying. So let's say if you get the bag, let's say right now you worth $100 million. Will your dad still like the same?
No, my dad would still be the boss. His nuts has been dropped already. My dad, he's already been controlled. I still would have to shut up if you tell me to shut up at this date. To this day today. I could be leaving out the house. He still say, "Hey, I need to talk to you right now. I have to stop what I'm doing to go."
No, I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
That's
Go
the
ahead.
difference. That's the difference to the situation where who still has respect in a family. We need to not let people with money who are dysfunctional speak or revered. You're just a fool with money, and this is what John Moran is. How are you a $400 million man? I think he's worth $200 million.
Yep, and he signed an extension to make 200 mil. I think it's 5 years, 20
$200 million,
mil.
and we
And now
not even.
Yep.
that next year he have a big deal with Nike. Well, he gonna be worth $500 million.
You see,
And there you go.
we're not even talking about that. And mind you, here's the thing: he's very personable. I've seen him out when he's at places. He's very nice. He takes pictures with everybody. He's
Yeah.
very right. But the issue is him wanting to be close to the niggers. That's my issue. Those are the
You can get,
bottom.
but Hakeem the issue, but the Hakeem is. I would not even say his environment because he was raised with a middle class family. He lived in the suburbs. He didn't live in the hood.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Su-
go ahead.
survival skill, though. What's the most dominant culture in Black America?
The hood.
Thank you. We don't respect niggas we don't respect the Pokemon niggas. We don't even respect the doctors, the lawyers, the respiratory therapists. They all pack up and leave the hood. The gangster stays in the ball players. Just like the other day, there was a video that went viral of Mike Epps in West Baltimore in the hood.
Yeah.
People, you know what I mean? Like that was something good to celebrate. Oh, we got him in the trenches, my nigga. That ain't nothing, nigga. You around a bunch of abandoned houses drinking beer. Nobody wants to fix the houses up and pick the dirty mattresses up.
But to me, because you mentioned that, but Hakeem, you mentioned the aspect of survival. Kenny did it too. Kenny all said the same thing. Survival. But what are you surviving for? You worth close to $250 million. What are you surviving for? For what?
Meaning that if he acts or emulates the people he wants to be close to, then he feels like there's a connection there. I want you to look at it from that point. I'll give you an example. I would love to mention this guy's name, but I don't, because I don't want to be disrespectful. There's a guy who's from my neighborhood. He could have came and did something for us. He never came. He only came to show off his expensive cars and take pictures and do videos in the neighborhood, not knowing that a lot of us here was our stomach was touching. We wanted to eat him as food. I always recommend people, if you do better, leave us behind in the ghetto. Forget about us. Take care of your family. But if you do come back here and do something positive. I don't want you to be like, I need you to get away from me unless you're going to come here and give me a job. So John Morant needs to, I don't care, this is a healing process. He needs to be taught a lesson. Because you want to know why? Ray Rice was taught a lesson. A lot of these other guys in the NFL, in the NBA, they taught a lesson. The only reason why he hasn't been kicked off, because listen, when people forget, being in the NBA and the NFL is like working a job, my nigga.
It is a job.
Yeah,
it is a job.
Company. And the way you act and represent yourself is the way we perceive. Any slip up, you making the brand look off. He's so lucky that they didn't get rid of him. Like, because he's a $200 million man. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. Same thing with a lot of these guys. If they didn't amount to anything, these guys will be gone.
And the thing is about Hakeem, like superstars like John Morant, when they reach a certain height, like superstar status, and the age, how old he is at 23, so they think they're untouchable. And this right here, hopefully, this will teach him a moment of being humble and say, getting the help he need, and work on his mental, and then go back and say, hey, get back into the NBA and do what you need to do, because it will be sad to see somebody like him not in the NBA no more. Because the talent that he has so much talent, Hakeem, and he's highly talented. That man can jump out of the gym. I've never, like I said, for his size, he's like from break to break to pound for pound. He's probably one of the best high flyers I've ever seen. He's up there. To me, he's up there with Vince Carter. He's up there with Michael Jordan. He's up there with LeBron, because he has vertical leap that a lot of these NBA players in NBA history do not have. So my thing is, it's like with John, you have so much. You have a gift where you can make so much money, and you can build your community. You can change the community. You can definitely change the community in Memphis, because if his trajectory, if he continues playing great and he delivers a championship, they will build a statue for him, Hakeem.
100%.
Because he's so great, and he has to understand that. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, just like they did for Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. Like they did for Michael Jordan in Chicago. But
and they're gonna do the same thing for LeBron James and Cleveland. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Facts. No, you said it right. I want us to look at this from another situation. Let's bring up a name you brought up early in the conversation. And a lot of us say that he's a Hall of Famer, but I think he could have done better if he didn't have the nigger stuff involved in him. Allen Iverson. If Allen Iverson did not have a lot of the gangster shit he was involved in his career, him not showing up, shootouts, people forget. We're in the internet era. There was newspapers of countless situations this dude was involved in. This is why the reason he's at the position where he's now, damn near broke, fighting cases and baby mamas and all this other stuff. He's so lucky that this happened before the internet age.
No, but Ivan Iverson, I got to disagree with you, Hakeem, because Ivan Iverson, he still have a Reeboks deal for life, so he will never be broke.
That's true. I forgot about that.
So he's not going broke.
He's not going broke, but imagine if he.
But the lifestyle, true. Yeah, you're right on that.
If he did not have, he would have been revered as one of the best down in Virginia. He's from Norfolk, Virginia, people. Let's get that straight. Norfolk did not produce basketball players like that.
Or football, because he was in college. He was looking not just a basketball player. He was looking at a top recruit in football. He was an all-world athlete.
But he was an authentic hood nigga. You look at him, you could tell he was off the block. But I also want to mention something too. I don't think was this me, you, and Ronnie had this conversation. Y'all mentioned Kawhi Leonard and what's the other guy who's a rapper?
What other rapper? Rapper or ball player?
Ball player that's a rapper. His name is Dillard or Dylan.
Oh, Damian Lillard.
Yeah,
you talking about Gilbert Arenas?
Not Gilbert Arenas. He's like Dillard something or.
Oh, Damian Lillard from Oakland.
Damian Lillard. These guys are really from the hood. These guys are really from the hood. Let's not forget Jamar Rosen, whatever his name is. The guy who used to play for the Torontos. These guys are really from some places that are scary. And
he was LeBron James. He was from the bad side, Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, Damian Lillard. These guys have yet to been in some type of problem. And these guys, when you hear about they come up not being able to eat, especially LeBron James having to have a bike to go to school and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, Ja Morant, these guys actually really wasn't. Matter of fact, Mr. Rosen was a blood, wasn't he? It's documented. He was a gangbanger. What's his name? Is the guy who played in Toronto? I seen pictures of him when he was young. He was dripped in them colors. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that these guys are not exerting their thugness? But a nigga who ain't never been a thug is around here flashing pistols. Come on, man.
I'll give you another name, but he played for the NFL and he's deceased. Look what happened to Aaron Hernandez.
Oh my God! Good.
Perfect example. He was doing it. He was playing doing that street stuff while in the NFL. And turns out he was about that life until later on. He shot to kill somebody. He went, and after that went to jail. I believe he got a life sentence, and then after that he committed suicide.
No, that's facts. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, people gotta understand. Sometimes they can be in a good environment. It's just what they're listening to and the people they're hanging themselves with. That's the issue. See, Ja Morant, when he got into the NBA, I'm not gonna lie. Unless he did what LeBron James did with his friends, all LeBron James' friends have businesses. They work with inside LeBron James. That's why they're gonna make sure not to get LeBron James in trouble, because if he's in trouble, they don't eat. Ja will do the same thing with his friends. If you're gonna hang with me, bro, you gotta be my agent, you gotta be my booking manager, you gotta be my tourist manager, you gotta do something within my business, because at the end of the day, Ja Morant is a business. People go on the court, they see businessman, they see endorsements, they see brand. That's the thing with black folks. Black folks go in the NBA but don't see themselves as a brand. They don't see themselves as marketing themselves as somebody higher when you in that type of bracket. Remember, they not dealing with low caliber, they dealing with high caliber people. So your mind has to be different. But instead, they want to listen to this. I understand you want to listen to NBA Youngboy, you want to listen to Drake, you want to listen to all these people. I get it. But them people that you listen to could be your ultimate demise.
brothers, I want us to take a moment to listen here. LeBron, what he says, LeBron understood power and influence early on. That's why he carries himself in the way. 100%. LeBron separates himself from what he deems so negative. You know what I mean? A lot of us grew up in negative situations. Some of us grew up in good situations in negative areas. A lot of us grew up in bad areas but have good parents. And our parents don't let us become of the hood. This is no different than Diggy Simmons, who tried to act hood and they lined his ass up. You remember that? When Jim Jones and them boys smacked him around and stuff like that. For him being out here, like, some people really got to live this and stuff like that. As a 40-year-old man, I'm even ashamed to say I partake in certain acts to try to think I'm hard when I really was a Pokemon. Nigga, my drawers had Pokemon on them. Ain't nothing was tough about me. And I should have enjoyed being that guy who was different. And the thing is, I don't know what's going through this guy's mind and him trying to feel accepted. People need to learn. We do not need to be a part of the system to be accepted. Be yourself, man. And I want to know if people can understand, it's always the outside crowd who influences the good kids to do bad, and they never come home.
Boy, I can't be going deep, bro. You speaking facts. That's true.
Yeah.
That's fact. That is facts. Like, but the problem is, that's why I always ask my friend, even when I go to work, I talk to some of my coworkers, I always ask them, what is so good about the hood so much that y'all just can't let it go? After you become successful, after you become well known in the industry, which is pretty much a dominantly white industry, and you become powerful, you become well known, and you still can't let the hood go?
It seems like to me, it seems like to me, right? It's like they don't want something new for us. So they don't want to see. It's like they don't want to change. I have some friends back in Michigan who stays in the hood and they just don't want to leave because that's all they know. That's what I hear. That's all they know. It's like they don't want to see something new because they feel comfortable living there. When they go outside to other city or to cities or something, or go to another state, another city, they don't feel comfortable because it's something new to them. And some of these people just like to be in their comfort zone. And you look at the hood, they just feel some type of comfort living in the hood, and they don't want to move out because they just feel like it'll be uncomfortable. And so what I'm thinking is one of the reasons is they feel some sort of comfort in the hood because when they go to another city or go to another county, they feel uncomfortable.
What about this? We haven't gone into this aspect. A lot of us who are not ghetto embrace the ghetto to impress women. Women more than likely like hood dudes. 80% of them. I only tried to act hood because I wanted to be more accepted of the group that I was around. Black Americans, I grew up in Liberty City. Most of the guys in there lived a very toxic type lifestyle, but the girls like the guys there. Who you going to emulate to be around? The guys who all the girls want to holler at. Even the good girls wanted to be with hood guys. Even the good girls got pregnant with the hood guys. This is the same reason why a lot of us would do certain things, dress a certain way to emulate people so we can be more accepted. And that really was a downfall for a lot of Haitian kids coming up in Miami. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of Haitian kids were strung away because we was like a fish out of a pond. And the only way we thought would do better, hey, let me emulate like the guys who I go to school with. Let me start saying what they do, fool. Knowing that, listen, I went to school with church shoes, with socks. My dad had my pants tailored my first day of school. I'm telling you some shit. This is real life documented shit. Most Haitians used to go to school like that. And we used to get picked on and say that, oh, your parents don't love you to allow you to come to school like that. Look what the kids are telling you. So you want to know something? You begging your parents to go get you a starter jacket. Remember them starter jackets, right? You remember those in high school. You begging your mom to get you a velour set. Mom, here's the favorite one. At that time, a lot of niggas thought niggas was really on Jordans. No, it was Reeboks. I remember getting the black and white ones just to feel accepted, some Dickie pants and a white tee, and I was just like everybody else. To talk to a girl who I really couldn't understand.
Yeah, that's true though. Some people do things like that to get to please women. I know that to be a fact because I used to hang with people that do things used to please women. But then at some point, I always say there had to be a form of a balance because, and not only that, but I had a conversation with one of my homeboys. I had a conversation with, and I told him like, at the end of the day, people may not believe it or not, the hood projects worked because at the end of the day, everybody knew the hood was a project. It actually worked because they knew that I'm gonna get these people into these small type of areas, make sure the crime rate go up. Even though they get successful, that same mentality is gonna follow them wherever they go. John Morant is a prime example. Iverson is a prime example. Aaron Hernandez, prime example that used to play for the Patriots. Prime example of the project working. And this is why I say at some point in your life, when you see that you're getting the bag, you see that you're getting respected, you see that now you really became a role model, when you're going to drop it. But at some point, Hakeem and Jordan, I'm being honest with you, I don't think they can drop it. Even if they try, it seems like they can't.
That's one of the reasons, to me, that's kind of one of the reasons that Nipsey's not here no more.
Yeah.
Because of that, because even though he was building his community and everything, he had that mindset. Hey, I'm building for a community. I still have the mindset. I'm still from the hood. I'm gonna keep in my hood. I'm gonna still stay in my hood and kind of rep my hood in a way, which is that's a bad problem because some of these LA rappers who rap, I give you a perfect example. The Game. Once the Game would start making so much money, he had to get out of there. He had to move to Calabasas because the more money you make, the more money you make. You say in the hood, a lot of people, the more hate you're gonna get. Because there's a lot of black men in the hood don't like to see other black men be successful, which is mind-boggling to me. We'll say when it's when it's another race, it's all cool. But when you see another successful black man in the hood, it's like F that dude.
You know, because Jordan, because our mentality say you better than me. Prime example, Jordan. Right now, this platform is growing slowly. Pretty soon, it's going to eventually pop off. If you go back to Detroit, your homeboys probably gonna look at you different. It's because now they're gonna think that you're the black man of America. You simplify something that I know I would never be, which is not true. Because if you're able to do it and put in the work, they should be able to do it too. I would say there's no excuses when you live in a capitalist society. Anybody can win. All games are off. You get what I'm saying? Anybody can win.
Facts.
But go ahead, Hakeem. I know you're gonna say.
No, definitely. Y'all hit it right on the point. One thing I like about y'all fellas and us, we had removed ourselves from people that don't represent what we represent and what the future may look for us. You know, we have individual goals and we have individualistic ideas that does not represent toxic masculinity or dysfunctional hood tactics. You know what I mean? I've been stopped hanging around hood niggas. I see certain niggas I knew from the past, I go left. They go right. You know what I mean? I try to talk to my nephew because you want to know why? I'm a brand and I want to represent myself in a way because I hang around y'all guys, and why would I jeopardize that and to say that I'm something that I'm not? I don't never want to be.
You know what they're gonna call you? They're gonna call you corny. You can't relate. Why should I need to look up to you? That's the problem.
I love it.
I love it. You love it, Hakeem? If I like it, I love it. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm the corny dude. I'm the corny dude that your baby mama comes to ask for money to put money on your books while I'm piping her down. I'm the corny dude who your mama, after her dealing with all many thug dudes, she come holler at a 40-year-old me, and she say, "You can come piping now, dad, little daddy." I'm the end game. I'm the end game. A lot of you thug guys should be ashamed of yourself, and you should be hurt to know that while you locked up, it's a nigga like me sweating over your baby mama. It's a nigga like me It's a nigga like me. It's a nigga like me putting groceries in the house where your baby mama was at, and she's willing to pop it for a real nigga.
Hey, Hakeem. Yeah, Hakeem, I'll tell you this. People might call me corny because I hike, I do my regular hiking, I do martial arts.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of, and the thing is, and they look at me, it's like, what you doing? Black people don't do that. Yes, we do. I'm just gonna make it that with black people we do that type of stuff. You call me corny, so what? I like to. I enjoy what I do. I don't care.
But
not only that, but people don't. And not only that, y'all seem not to understand. People are literally praying for your downfall. People are literally praying for your downfall. John Morant don't understand. People are praying that he have a fall. They want to see him in prison. They want to see him lose it all because they're like, look, another black man statistics. One big went right back to small. And this is why our mentality got to change. If you know you have people within your camp praying for your downfall, that means you have to change.
And as I said, we need a lot of work in our community.
Oh,
definitely got to be unconscious.
No, the work we need to do is to let these guys drown and rebuild it from the ground up. I tell you, we can't do nothing for these old niggas. We got to save the kids.
Facts. The next generation.
You know what I mean? It's the kids we can save. These young niggas need to suffer.
But you know, it's funny, Hakeem and Jordan. I remember back in the day, I used to see documentary. They used to talk about the NWA, like Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. You already know Easy. Remember they was talking about how those music is gonna really pollute our community. And I used to watch the documentary and say, man, no, it didn't, no, it not. Now I seen that we this age is literally everything that our grandparents were saying back then was actually true. They knew that the type of music that they're gonna put out in this generation is gonna pollute the next generation, and it's working now. Because think about it, like I said, LeBron James went in the NBA right after high school. John Morant's a young guy, and look, the hip hop culture had infiltrated itself in. Now I'm gonna say the hip hop culture. I'm gonna say the violent hip hop culture had infiltrated itself in, mind you, to the NBA.
Yeah,
I thought I would never see the day.
And the thing is, there's some. I was hearing some people because of Rolling Loud passed this weekend. Some of these rap artists are turning demonic. I give you, with Playboy Cardi with Playboy Cardi. I saw a clip about how you perform and everything. He had a cross upside down, and he was just yelling like he was possessing everything. Watch out for this rap music now. Now it's like. It used to be like with the heavy metal. Now it's deeply polluted our rap community and everything. A lot of people are not seeing this, but watch, because it looks like our rap is turning more of the phase of being demonic as well. Go ahead, King.
No, you're right. I also want to point out something as well. Name doors that are open for thugs. Name a thug that actually have gone farther than somebody who went to straight and narrow opportunities and all this other stuff. No, you don't see that. Even Jay-Z himself, he had to switch up from talking about drugs to being a businessman to be accepted. Come on, man.
Exactly. So you said the same thing about 50 Cent. Now he produced movies and TV shows. He don't talk about that rap stuff, that gangster stuff no more.
You true, 50 Cent true. That's a good point, Jordan. 50 Cent not talking about that gangster stuff. Jay-Z ain't talking about that gangster stuff. You already know Kendrick Lamar. That's why I love his music so much, because he talking about what's going on in the community, and he try to make sure to infiltrate and try to do better for the community. That was people like him, J. Cole. That's why people love the music. That's why they always win the Grammy, because they tell you what's actually going on within the community. But people like Tekashi 6ix9ine, you already know, you look at Young Thug and all these other people that NBA YoungBoy, that they're always talking about, okay, we doing this route, we're gonna say the game banging, the violence, but they don't understand that you are really polluting the community. And not only that, but I think you already know, when NBA stars or players, before they get to the court, they do warm-up exercises. A lot of them are listening to music. They got their headphones on. And if you ask them what type of music they listen to, chances are is rap music. Chances are.
Hey, people need to look at it and understand. Understand or be understand. That's what it is.
Bars. That's bars there though.
Yes, sir.
That's facts, man. So at the end of the day, we're about to hit the hour mark. Any final thoughts of the whole situation? Do you think? Well, at the end of the day, this is a question I want to ask you guys. Do you think John Morant is supposed to be suspended?
Yes, I think he should be out the NBA.
And why?
You got to understand something. They restricted a bunch of other people. There's dudes who've done less and got kicked out. There's people who have done less and got kicked out. He brandished a weapon, so that means that you on go mode at any moment. Y'all forget about that New York dude? What was the New York guy who had got caught buying guns? He had guns in the trunk and he was removed from the NBA.
Damn, man, that's so old. I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
It wasn't Gilbert Arenas, right? It was somebody else.
It was somebody else.
It was another New York. It was a New York guy. They caught him with like pistols, and I think he was about to rob a drug dealer or something. Like, man, come on.
Go ahead, Jordan. Your thoughts on that?
My thing with Percy John Morant, I think he's going to get the time because to me he's too talented. He's too talented, and he's one of the type of talent that the NBA is going to. If he gets right, he's a type of talent that you can really sell his shoes and really put him as maybe he's the type of talent that he can be the face of the NBA. And I want to see John Morant do well because he has the talent. I love to see him play. He is a highlight reel every night that he plays. And hopefully, John, just get your stuff together and make the money that you need to make because, hey, man, you are the person who could bring generational wealth for your family. That's my final take on that.
But Kenny said something in the chat where he said no more slap on the wrist. I agree. It shouldn't be no more slap on the wrist because at some point you got to hold people accountable because then if they see John Morant got away with it, then you're going to see all other NBA players doing the same thing. And people don't understand when you bring a gun to an establishment, especially like to a strip club where they do sell open bottle, which is open liquor, that's a federal offense. You can do really prison time for that. So for him to flash his gun and not get a hold accountable for it, I think the NBA has something to do with it because I think you already know the Grizzlies are going to the playoff. They want John Morant to be there because if not, they knew you had to deal with legal action. Now you're not being suspended for over 50 games. Hey, D'Souza, man, I ain't seen D'Souza. You've been missing. Whoa, like you just woke Hakeem up. Like you've been missing.
We missed you.
Like whoa, when I see a black woman, I'm like, huh? You see, my hat's off. My hat is off.
Did you get
Go ahead.
something, D'Souza?
D'Souza on these faces, she's going in. She's sick of the BS going on in the black community. I love women like her. I love women that's keeping it real 100%. We need more women like her raising people kids like John Morant so you won't get into no trouble. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's true. He should be held accountable, but being suspended for 2 games, I don't think it's enough. I think he knows he's going to be able to get away with it. I won't be surprised if John Morant do something else foolish. Now, John Morant did state he did apologize to the Grizzly organization, apologize to his fan and also his family members, and say he is going to seek help for the next few days before he starts playing the game again. But at the end of the day, is 2 days really enough for someone to change? Or that's just his culture now?
Honestly, I wish he was thrown out the NBA and get a janitor's job like most real niggas.
But then how can they gonna say you hate? They're gonna say y'all hate.
But the thing is, Hakeem, that's not gonna happen. They're not gonna happen in the NFL because talent sells. Being the capitalistic society. If you got talent, people want to watch that talent. It don't matter if you shot a person, You ran over. Hey, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the NFL. A lot of men that we could name that hit and run somebody, physical abuse, verbal abuse, and they get and what happened? They get back in. You know why? Because of the money. If you got talent, they're gonna pay because people like to watch talent. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yeah.
And now that Hakeem, JD just gave you the name of the that NBA player from New York that got caught with his gun. He put the name in the chat.
Delonte West. Yes, there he is. Yeah, he's out on the street still because he has a mental illness.
Basically. And Sousa, we miss you so much here. I need to come up with something to keep you around more often. So let's get married so I can keep you here in this show.
Where the ring at?
Yeah, she gonna ask you. She a black woman. She be like, "What's the ring? Don't be talking. You better show that action."
Listen, the ring is not important. What's more important is me bringing that diary to her parents' house. I got the diary ready. D'Souza, I got that diary ready. How much that diary? You look like you listen, D'Souza, you look like you worth about 10 stacks. 10 stacks. Tell your mom and dad I got that diary ready. Because we sure miss you over here. I don't ever want you to leave us here.
You do it. We really appreciate your presence because you've been with us since pretty much day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like people like her, other people, Venus, Natasha, all these women. That's why I say when women's here, I give them. Realistic vibe. Jordan, your wife be in the chat. So it's like those people you want to make sure their presence be known and always get saluted. I always tell people at the end of the day, we do have some men in our chat. We had John Smith, we have JD now, we have Ken Dog, we have Jabari, Urban Nord, DJ Trump, Ray, all those other people that do come support us. That's why we always get our shout outs. And guys, if you're in the chat, if you're watching. I know you probably watching. At least write in the chat so we can give you a shout out as well because at the end of the day, we do want to know what people rock with us. So you guys already know we reach our hour mark. You know how we get down each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. If you have not yet, subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. And also, go to the community tab. We got things going on in the community tab, folks. I'm telling you, we have things going on. We have our daily shorts. We have a reaction videos. And now that Prince Hakeem just recently dropped out a book called Black Love. Right now, he's blushing. You can't see him because his camera's on. But he's blushing. Black Love. Support, support the platform. And now that the Chaos Culture Radio t-shirt. Jordan have 2 already. I got to get a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? So I already got one. But, it's just good to support the platform because we're really trying to grow. We're trying to get a studio. Go ahead, Hakeem. You going to say something?
And I'm not going to wear one until we hit 1,000 subscribers. Listen, I'm going to wear one, and I'm going to wear one on my head. And I'm going to pour liquor on myself that
day. Once we get monetized, you might have some hoodies. You might have sweatshirts. Yep. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Support the platform. Support us because we're really trying to go on a second level, and you guys, especially the women that come here all the time, support. Just do what you can. Get the book, and also tell us about the book. If you have the book, let us know. Take a picture of it. We'll put you in the community tab, and we'll show the people like, look, they rocking with us. Even if you buy it online, you got the Kindle version. I believe so. Screenshot it, send it to us, and we'll put it in the community tab and give you a shout out because stuff like that need to be known. Like, hey, people are really supporting the platform. And that's what we're talking about. That's why I love Chaos Culture Radio, man. We do bigger and better things each and every day. Thank you for tuning in. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.